It's been just over a week since Liverpool lifted the title, and what a crazy week it's been. My name's Kieran, welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to be running you through every little bit of transfer news coming out of Liverpool this week. Make sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to be speaking about the one player Liverpool desperately need to sign but nobody seems to be talking about. We'll start off with two confirmed transfers which everybody already knows about, but I'll say it anyway. Jeremy Frimpong has officially signed for Liverpool. We've got the fullback on a 5-year deal which is incredible, but even better than that, we only paid £29.5 million. With Trent going to Madrid, Frimpong coming in solves our problem immediately. What a bit of business by Liverpool. And just to sweeten the deal, the other confirmed bit of news, Real Madrid have paid £8.5 million for Trent Alexander-Arnold to join him just before the Club World Cup. Trent's contract was originally set to run out at the end of June, but they've signed him on the 1st of June just so he can play in some made-up tournament for billionaires. From a Liverpool fan's perspective, I couldn't be happier. Getting paid £8.5 million to not have to pay Trent's wages for another month. It's the easiest bit of business we'll make. It shows how desperate Real Madrid were for a right-back. It's a win-win situation for both clubs. Real Madrid get their man early, and Liverpool get £8.5 million, which essentially means we've signed Jeremy Frimpong for about $20 million. So good luck to Trent. Hope we beat you in a Champions League final sometime soon. Welcome, Jeremy Frimpong. Jeremy Frimpong isn't the only Bayer Leverkusen player Liverpool are looking at signing this summer, with Florian Wirtz being our next target. With Wirtz keen on signing for the Reds, Liverpool are very confident they'll get their man. However, the only roadblock is the potential price tag. Bayer Leverkusen have allegedly rejected a record-breaking transfer fee of £109 million. £109 million will make Florian Wirtz the most expensive player to join the Premier League. However, Bayer Leverkusen are looking even higher than that, looking around the £120 to £130 million mark. Whether Liverpool will budge or not, it's unclear, but what's looking more likely is that Liverpool will match their asking price, not with money, but players. Apparently, Liverpool are looking at lowering Florian Wirtz's transfer value down to £80 million, but alongside it, sending either Harvey Elliott or Jarell Quansah. The club are currently valuing both players at around £40 million each, so sending alongside the £80 million would match Leverkusen's asking price. As a fan, I'd be sad to see either player go, but if it meant bringing Wirtz in, I would accept it. If I could choose which one of the two players I'd send packing to Leverkusen, my heart's telling me send Jarell Quansah, but my head's telling me Harvey Elliott would be the better choice. As much as Elliott's been a bigger part of our season, contributing a lot more to winning this league title, I think our midfield, bringing Wirtz in, would be too stacked. I don't see where Elliott would play. When you already look at our midfield of Szoboszlai, McAllister and Dom, fitting Wirtz in is going to be a nightmare anyway, so I don't know what we're going to do with those four. I can't see a world where Elliott gets a start. I know what you're thinking, Harvey Elliott's a better player than Jarell Quansah at the moment, and I agree. Both players are 22, so still have potential to grow into much better, much more competent footballers. However, centre-halves at the age of 22 who are English, tall, big, quick, strong, understand the game, like Jarell Quansah, don't grow on trees. It isn't a luxury we have at Liverpool Football Club, especially if any of our main centre-halves, say Virgil or Konate, get injured this season, we are lacking. Despite all this, I wouldn't be surprised if both players leave this summer and we bring another centre-half in, but that'll be a topic for another video. Speaking of players leaving the club, it hurts to say, but I can see this one coming. It looks like Kelleher is going to Brentford. Brentford and Liverpool have apparently agreed a £12.5 million deal, which will raise to about £18 million with add-ons. And what a signing this is for Brentford. We all know, as Liverpoolians, we know how important this man's been for us, where he's been for every penalty shootout, the amount of finals he's won for us. He's just, do you know what? He is an incredible footballer and I hate to see him go, but I get it. He wants to be first team football, and unfortunately for him, with us having Alisson, that's not going to happen. Us bringing an extra keeper in could find himself as our third choice, and that's just not good enough for him. And I think we all agree he deserves to be number one somewhere. That boy has the makings of being a world-class goalkeeper. I look forward to seeing how he gets on at Brentford because they've got him for an absolute steal. $18 million for a goalkeeper that could easily be worth 30, 40, 50 million pounds. For anyone wondering whether Kelleher is going to be the number one at Brentford, because obviously they have an amazing goalkeeper in Mark Flecken. Flecken is allegedly leaving on an £11 million deal to none other than Bayer Leverkusen. Yep, the webs intertangle again. Moving away from players now, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it's time for some transfer news of assistant coaches and backroom staff. Honestly, the game could not be more gone. Game's gone. The game could not be more gone. But nonetheless, I will tell you the news anyway, because to be honest, it's very interesting and it's divided opinions amongst Liverpool fans. Pep Lijnders, Jurgen Klopp's former assistant coach, has allegedly agreed to join Man City, joining Pep's backroom staff. We've got Pep and Pep together. This caused a lot of controversy amongst Liverpool fans, a lot of fans considering him a traitor for joining the Man City side, joining Pep Guardiola's backroom staff. This comes after he said he'd never be a number two again for anyone else other than Jurgen Klopp, and now he finds himself being number two to Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp's Premier League rival. Personally, it hurts a little bit to see him join Man City. I'm okay with it. We've moved on. The Jurgen Klopp era is over at Liverpool. As sad as it is to say, the Arne Slot era is here and now, and we've just won a league title. So we can't reminisce on Jurgen Klopp. We're out of that era now, and that means we're out of the Pep Lijnders era, so he can go on and do what he wants. It didn't work out for him. He tried managing at Salzburg, technically under Jurgen Klopp's technical director, whatever role he was doing for Red Bull. No one has any idea. If he wants to move on, that's fine. Could he have picked a better club? Of course he could. But obviously he's very, very good at what he does, and Pep Guardiola wants that in his side. For anyone calling him a traitor, fair enough, you're entitled to your opinion. I'd like to point out, from a hypocritical standpoint, we've had John Heitinga, an ex-Evertonian, in our coaching staff all season, and we personally didn't see an issue with it. I'm happy for Pep Lijnders to move on, and I hope he does a terrible, terrible job at Man City, getting them relegated with their 50 points deduction, 130 charges I think it's up to now. Let's get them out of the Premier League. Speaking of John Heitinga, he's actually our next bit of news. He's leaving Liverpool, unfortunately, but good news for him, he has agreed to become Ajax's head coach for the start of the next season. Good luck to him, I hope he gets on well. I believe Ajax was his club from about 2015 to 2022, something around there, where he was managing the youth sides and the under-21s and stuff like that. So good luck to him. Hope he gets on a bit better than Pep Lijnders did at Salzburg, but we'll see. Right, that's enough news on people leaving. I want people coming into the club because that's what I can be excited about, and it's the player I've been banging on about all season, Milos Kerkez.
The numbers speak for themselves. He's an excellent footballer, and after watching him live in a lot this season, I'm very, very confident he'd fit into our system. It would also give Dominic Szoboszlai another Hungarian friend to hang out with, so that's always a plus. It does beg the question though, is can we have 3 left-backs at Liverpool Football Club? Milos Kerkez, Andy Robertson and Kostas Tsimikas, and I don't think we can. But which one out of Robertson and Tsimikas should we let go? The decision on which left-back to leave might be made very easy for us, with the newly promoted side Leeds eyeing up Kostas Tsimikas for around £12 to £15 million. The Greek scout has been an absolute servant at this club, so it'd be so sad to see him go. But I think out of the two of them, it would be the right decision. Also, Andy Robertson's got a year left on his contract, so I'm not sure if I can see any clubs really signing him. If anyone wants him, they'd probably just wait to run down his contract and get him on a free at the end of the year, which still will be an incredible bit of business for us because we only signed him for £8 million, and £8 million for however many trophies, years of service. He's just been incredible. So I think Andy Robertson's probably going to run down his last year of the contract, and we'll get another left back at the end of the season. Whereas Tsimikas has 2 years left on his contract, I think it's a nice time to cash in on him. If we can get Kerkez in, Tsimikas out, that's a good bit of business for us. Especially if we can get Leeds to pay £15 million for him.
Moving on over to Saudi Arabia now, and not just us moving on over, potentially Darwin Núñez and Luis Díaz. Darwin Núñez is heavily linked to join Al Hilal for a recorded record-breaking fee from the Saudi League. I mean, if it's a record-breaking fee from the Saudi League, the only thing I can say to that is, Al Hilal, I'll take that money from you, Mr. Saudi man. I swear I'm getting less funny the longer I do this. It's pretty unanimous amongst Liverpool fans that Darwin Núñez out for a lot of money is a very, very good thing. I personally love Darwin Núñez. I think he gets a lot of stick. I think he's a lot better player than people give him credit for. However, I don't think he's as consistent as a Liverpool player, a title-winning player, should be. So if we can bring in a lot of money, especially if we're going to spend 100 odd million on Wirtz, it's good news. The bad Saudi news in my mind is Luis Díaz. Apparently Al Nassr, the team that Cristiano Ronaldo and I believe Sadio Mane both play for, are heavily linked with him. I'm not entirely sure how all the Saudi transfers works. It seems like the whole league gets together and decides that we want this player and then they just give him to a certain team. It doesn't seem as structured as our leagues. But if we're losing Luis Díaz, I want it to be a hell of a lot of money we're getting for him. Because I know he's only got 2 years left on his contract, but still, he is a top class player. I don't want to see him go. I don't know what amount of money I would accept for him, but I want that to be a lot because I don't know any other left wingers that are as good as him. Like, if anyone can name a left winger that's as good as Luis Díaz that we could bring in, then be my guest. I can only think of one, and I really want to sign him, and I still think there's a chance. Alexander Isak. I have no real news on Isak signing for Liverpool, but I do think if we end up losing Luis Díaz, which would be heartbreaking, we need to sign Alexander Isak to replace him, because I don't know if there's anyone else on the planet that's as good as Luis Díaz at what he does. Like I said earlier, there is one person Liverpool need to sign that nobody seems to be talking about, and it's not a new player, it's a contract. Ibrahima Konate only has 1 year left on his contract, and I think that is absolutely disgraceful. We need to sign that boy on a 3, 4, 5 year deal right now. Konate needs to be the future of Liverpool Football Club in my opinion. There aren't many centre-halves like him. He is absolutely world class. We can't get into a situation we did with Trent, Salah and Verge where we're under 6 months and he still hasn't signed, because the idea of that boy leaving on a free, especially to Real Madrid, would kill me. I don't think I'd cope. I'd delete the channel, and we can't have that. Liverpool, if you're watching, the channel will be deleted if you don't sign Konate, so please sign Konate. Okay, so the light's gone out, so I guess that means it's time to go. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of all this news, what you're happy about, what you're not, and stay tuned for next time. Thank you, and goodbye.